Ms. Lindsay, you say you're sick and tired of two men whom you believe are using your grandson as an excuse to walk in and out of your daughter's life. Now, you're here today along with your daughter, Crystal, to learn which of them fathered Austin.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Word, you claim you want to be in Austin's life, but you say you're unsure you're his biological father.
Yes.
You argue these doubts came directly from Crystal when she told you there is a second possible father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Jones, Austin's other possible father, has been tested as well, and he will be joining us from his hometown. Ms. Lindsay, let me start with you. Why do you think Mr. Word is taking advantage of your daughter?
Because when he first met my daughter, he was married.
Your Honor, that's
Then they got a divorce.
That's not true. I was divorced in 2008.
Then they got a
Me and her
divorce.
met 2 or 3 years after that. That's
He
on
was
the
still
record.
going
I
out
was
with
not-
another female, and then he was trying to still talk to my daughter.
So you felt like he was lying, he wasn't being genuine to your daughter?
Correct.
They dated?
Uh-huh.
You were there throughout this?
Yeah, the whole,
Your Honor, no.
the whole power struggle
was
of
not.
him trying to control my daughter.
In what way did he try to control her?
She went and moved in with him. I went like almost 2.5 months without talking to my
That's
daughter.
not true, Your Honor.
Only
She
could
talk-
talk to her
She talked to
when
her
he
daughter
was out
every
with his
day,
friends.
Your Honor.
When he was out with his
She talked to her daughter every day.
he-
She only stay a week at my house, and then she'll go home to her house.
No, when
and
they
that's how
first
she
got
wanted.
together, he manipulated her and told her, your
That's
mom
not
is
true.
only telling you stuff about me because she don't want you to be with me.
Yes,
and
you are jealous,
yada, yada.
Your Honor.
I'm
she's
jealous.
She's jealous of her daughter's relationships because her
jealous.
daughter can
Well,
find love.
let me
and
hear from
she
Crystal.
can't.
Thank you.
Crystal,
Let it come from the
Your
were
truth.
you in a relationship with Mr. Word?
Yes, Your Honor, I was.
Did you think or know if he was married?
Before we got together, he was married to the chick, and they got a divorce after.
Okay, and at some point, Mr. Word, you found out Crystal was pregnant.
Yes, Your Honor.
And when you found out,
She was staying with him at the time she found out she was pregnant.
Yeah.
No, Your
Yeah,
Honor, no,
yeah.
she wasn't.
Because you
She
took her
was.
to,
He
yeah,
was
yeah.
staying- I
You
was
took
staying with
her.
him.
You took her to the clinic. I didn't even get to go to the clinic
Your Honor,
with her.
No, we might have been in a relationship at the time, but she was not there when I realized she was pregnant. She came to my house, came to my room. When she laid down, of course, I know her body. I love her. I still love her to this day. And I know her body, you know? And I realized that she was filling out her hips, her thighs, her breasts. I knew she was filling out. And I asked her, I'm like, you pregnant, aren't you? And she was like, yeah. And I told her, I said, you don't have nothing to worry about. Anything you need, anything you want, I get it for you. My life that I had before, my partying, I quit that. And I still quit it to this day. I don't do anything you're wrong, Your Honor. I go to work every day.
No, Your Honor.
I try my best to support,
You're-
support Austin as much as I can, Your Honor. And you can ask Crystal that.
Your Honor,
on Halloween.
I was living with him at the time that I got pregnant. I was bouncing back from his house to my house. I
All
would
right.
stay there with him for a week, and then I'd go home for a week.
that's exactly
and-
what he said. Okay,
Exactly
so we
what I would
agree
do.
on that point.
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
now the issue we have before us is you also had sex with another guy.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, tell me what the circumstances were that would cause you to do that if you were in a relationship with Mr.
Because
Word.
we was having conflict, and we was arguing, and we was back and forth the whole 3 years that we was together.
He was not taking care of her.
Actually,
I would have
Your
to take
Honor.
food down to her.
True,
he is
Your
so
Honor.
controlling.
Sometimes
that
I didn't have
when he
money and
went
I
out
couldn't
with his
buy the
friends,
things that she
when he
wanted.
went to
There
go
was
out with
food
his
in the
brother,
refrigerator, but I couldn't
He took her
afford Chinaman.
coat and her shoes and told her, "You're not going nowhere. You're
And
going to
that-
be here when
that
I
is-
get back."
That is a flat
so
out lie,
he
Your
is
Honor.
more
That
controlling.
is a lie.
Is that a lie, Crystal?
That is a lie. I
Crystal,
never
is
took
that a
her
lie?
coat.
It's not. It's not.
So it all just goes on to what's important, and it's that little boy right there. I want to know who his daddy is because I just want to know for hospitalization and doctors, and if he comes up with something wrong, I want to know.
Whose father is?
Diabetes. Does it run in his family? Heart disease runs in mine, so I want to know.
Mr. Word, let me ask you this, because you seem like once you found out she was pregnant, you said you would be there. You were
We planned to have
supportive.
him. We planned to.
yes,
I was
Your Honor.
on birth control, and I got off of birth control because we both agreed that we wanted to have a kid together and we wanted to start a family together.
That's true.
All right, so when did you find out that there could be someone else?
After the baby was born.
Why did he
Your
go
Honor.
and sign the damn birth certificate?
Okay, let's
Sorry.
use
Exactly.
respectful language.
Exactly.
Certificate
Exactly.
And say,
If I knew beforehand, I wouldn't have signed the birth certificate and the affidavit.
That's not true.
look
Your
at the bottom
Honor.
of that paper. It says that because of him signing the affidavit, that is why they changed my grandson's last name to
Exactly.
Ward. And
To Word.
I want to
Exactly.
find out so I can change it to Lindsay.
Because we agreed that even if it wasn't his child, because I told both of them when I got pregnant, me and Mr. Word even sat down and figured out when I did sleep with the other guy and when it was and everything, and I told Mr. Word everything. That's why we don't know which one it is, because I slept with both of them around the same time that I got pregnant.
So you were honest with him?
So that's
Yes,
true.
Your
If
Honor,
that's
I was.
True, then how are you standing there saying you didn't find out that there was another father until after
After
she had
Austin
the
was
baby?
born.
But you just
And
sat here
then
and said
that's-
what she
So
said
was
true.
this conversation before or after Austin was born?
Before Austin was
after,
born.
Your Honor.
Before Austin was born, we had the talk about that it might be a possibility of another dude, and he said that he wanted to be there and he wanted to be Austin's father no matter what.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. The bottom line is you were informed that there could be another possible
Yes, she
father.
was 100%
And-
honest, Your Honor.
And so you were living with this doubt.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you still bond with Austin?
I tried my best to, Your Honor, as much as I could.
Your Honor, in the
I
2
took-
years that little boy
I took
has
care of
been
her
born,
when she was
the only-
pregnant.
You took care of her when she was pregnant?
Until she was-
8.5 months
until
pregnant.
she-
And he calls her and says, come down and see me.
Okay,
so
me
she
and my
goes
mom-
down and sees him at 100
with
degree
that-
weather. She's
with that
8.5
story-
months pregnant.
with that
and
story,
he let her sit out
me
on
and
his
my
front
mom
porch
was not at
for
home.
3 hours
We was not at
before
home.
he came
She
home.
All right,
made-
And
let's
she
bring
ate-
it down a notch. Let's bring it down a notch. I want to understand you, but I can't understand you if you're both talking at the same time.
It's not like I neglected to let her in. It was an accident, Your Honor, and I apologized. And I told her, I'm sorry, baby. I will do whatever I can to make up for it. That will never happen again. It was an accident, nothing done on purpose.
It's pretty clear, Ms. Lindsay, you don't care for Mr. Word.
Exactly.
Neither one of them.
All right.
Exactly.
Neither one of them.
We ain't
So-
even touched Mr.
But I
Jones.
want you all to understand that this court really is not about whether you like or don't like one another. It's about Austin.
Exactly.
It's about
Exactly.
him having the right to know
Exactly.
who his father is.
Exactly. And I have
So,
no problem with
Mr.
that.
Word, how many times have you seen him since he's been born?
At least 30. But that's not my fault that it's so less.
When I first brought
I
Austin
had to
home,
come
I
down to
stayed
your
there
mother's
for, like,
house to come see. I had to
Your
come to your
Honor.
house to
So
come
does
see
he
her.
come see Austin regularly?
Now,
No.
no, Your Honor, he does not.
He has, in the 2 years he's been born, he has only given $30 for his Halloween costume last year.
All right, let's cut to the chase. It's been almost 2 years since this child has been on this earth.
Yes, Your Honor.
I want to know directly from you, do you think part of the reason why you have not been as involved is because your doubt has been kind of working in the back of your mind?
Honor, I'm telling you, it's because of her. It's
So you
not
have
because
no
of
doubt
me.
Austin is yours.
I have a little doubt, of course, because she had sex with another guy around the same time, but I say 95%, I think that's my son.
You claim she was talking to another guy, and now I want to talk to this other guy. Let's hear from Mr. Jones. Hi, Mr. Jones. Thank you for joining us today. We are talking about the paternity as it relates to Austin. You know Ms. Lindsay?
Yes, ma'am.
You were in a sexual relationship with her?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember finding out if she was pregnant?
Yeah, I found out. She told me basically how she told him.
What did she say to you?
I'm pregnant. She threw a butt in her. It was a slight pause. Then she said it could be mine or another fella's.
And what's your relationship like with Ms. Lindsay now?
Pretty much how it was when we first met. Chris threw that deal, you know what I'm saying? She a cool girl. She's just in a bad situation and don't really know how to handle it, that's all.
So what was your relationship like with her back then? Were you all committed?
We was best friends before we knew we was friends. When we was together, we didn't have all the problems that she probably having with the rest of these little guys or whatever, but We didn't have that problem. We actually were in love. You know, we went through a lot of stuff, my family, her family. A lot of stuff got in the way of us being together. That's why we split apart.
And did you know about Mr. Word? Did you know she was in a relationship or having sex with anybody else?
Yes, I did. That didn't matter to me.
You said it didn't matter to you?
No.
Because you weren't in a committed relationship.
Exactly. That's my crybaby. I don't care who she with. She already knows she gonna tell him I'm gonna be there regardless.
What has he done for him?
Not a thing, not one thing. But I bet you he turned out to be mine. It ain't nothing nobody in this world can say in Crystal knowing her heart.
I'm from the show me state, show us.
I ain't from the show me state.
So, Mr. Jones, why have you not provided at all? Were you there through the pregnancy? When you found out she was pregnant, were you there?
I wasn't in touch with Crystal none through the pregnancy, and that was none of my fault at all. When she finally even had the baby, I didn't know no hospital or nothing. All I knew is she had a baby.
So you didn't even find out about Austin until after he was born?
No,
No, Your Honor.
No,
He
he said
knew she was pregnant, but
through
never
the
tried to
pregnancy,
hide.
through the pregnancy, he didn't know. We didn't have no contact with each other the whole time I was pregnant.
Correct.
But after she told you she was pregnant, you didn't think maybe he's mine, I should go to a doctor's appointment or be there for the birth?
No, when somebody tell you it's maybe your baby or more than one person, I'm pretty sure I took the right reaction.
So your right reaction was to have absolutely no care and concern for the mother until after the baby was born?
That wasn't by choice.
Whose choice was it?
The woman standing next to her.
My mother.
What does he mean by that?
Any chance he gets, he comes over and sees her still. He still
But I'm
comes
saying
over
what
and
makes
sees
That
her.
she gets in my head and she tells me things and stuff like that. And
When
puts
you take
stuff in my
somebody's
head.
paycheck and you don't have even them a pack of cigarettes, what would you call that? So I'm just putting the truth out there because I'm tired of these men walking over her. It's not right that he takes her coat and her shoes and leaves her. It's not right that he takes her money and leaves her with no food. And then now it's all about my grandson, because when these two dog her, who is gonna have to come pick up that little boy? Who is gonna have to come and bring him food? Matter of fact, she was just at his house 3 weeks ago. She looks at me and she says, Mom, we had dinner last night at 7 o'clock. There's nothing to eat or drink up there. And I said, take my lunch, go feed my grandbaby, and I'm getting you the hell out this house. And I called my sister and I said, I'm on my way to work. Can you go pick up my daughter and my grandson? If not, I'm turning around and I'm picking them up and taking them to work with me. And so she went and picked him up. So if this is supposedly his baby and he wants to take care of him, why didn't he even at least make sure he had something to drink? A bottle of juice, ice water, something.
I can't say nothing about that.
About what?
What was that reaction for, Miss Lindsay?
It's because I talk to my mother about stuff, and some things I don't want her to say, because if one of these is his father, I have to deal with that. When
But a
ain't
real
nobody
man,
around
Your
or
Honor,
nobody's around,
a real
I
man
have to
wouldn't
deal
care.
with that.
A real man wouldn't care whether the baby is his or not. If he don't know if it's a possibility, that person's supposed to step in just because it's a child. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him doing it.
So, Mr. Word, you're hoping the child is yours.
100% I hope he mine, because he's gonna be taken care of, not by me, not just by me, but my family.
And Miss Lindsay, you hoping neither one of them are the father.
Amen. All I want to do is thank them, whoever is the dad, because you gave me the greatest thing in life. Other than my kids, you gave me the next greatest thing, and that is my grandson. So that's all I have to say to either one of you is thank you, because I love my grandson, and that's why I'm here. And that is what's important. Now, either one of you want to step up and be a part of his life, of whoever it is, I will go above and beyond until you slap my hand. And the first time you slap my hand and you ain't there, I'm done with you. Because I've done it for 2 years, I can do it without you.
Well, I guess you said that. Jerome, I'm ready for the results.
Amen. Thank you. So am I, Your Honor.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Lindsay v. Word Jones, pertaining to whether Mr. Word or Mr. Jones is the father of 1-year-old Austin. Mr. Word, in the case of Lindsay v. Word Jones, pertaining to whether Mr. Word or Mr. Jones is the father of 1-year-old Austin. Mr. Word, you are the father.
Deuces.
Oh, he's leaving. There is a problem, because I'm not sure, Ms. Lindsay, daughter, if you are standing up for yourself the way that you should in relationships. Every time you get into trouble, your mother has to bail you out. You got to get a backbone, baby. You can't let men treat you any kind of way and take your money and leave you with no shoe. Oh, no, 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 no. You got a baby now. You got to set some boundaries and some standards for your life.
All right.
You're a beautiful, beautiful young girl.
Thank you.
And now you're a mother of a beautiful, beautiful boy.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Dayman, you claim you are certain that your boyfriend is the father of your 6-month-old daughter, Paisley. Recent allegations of cheating have caused a strain on your relationship. You're hoping that today's paternity results will help you save your family. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Osborne, you admit to being a father figure in Paisley's life, but say when the paternity results prove you are not her biological father, you are done with Ms. Dayman and her baby for good. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Dayman, you say you need to save this relationship. Explain.
We're living like roommates.
Really?
Yes. We're
So
not
it's
living
affected
like
the
a couple.
relationship
Yes.
that much?
Yes, Your Honor. We both have this doubt in the back of our mind. We don't speak of it, but it's there. We know it. I found out that I was pregnant. I told him, and we just both had like a look of fear in our eyes. Like, what did we do?
Oh, really?
Yes.
I was waiting for you to say, and at that moment we were so happy.
No.
You had a look of fear.
There was no happiness. It wasn't your average, jump up, enjoy, oh, we're expecting. No, not at all.
You had a look of fear, Mr. Osborne?
Yeah, Your Honor, because the day before she found out she was pregnant, I received text messages while I was at work from her best friend stating that she might be pregnant and that it's not mine.
Oh, are you holding those text messages right now?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'd like to see them, please. Jerome, will you hand them to me? Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you said the day before you all got the big news, you got some text messages.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Osborne, you received a text that said Jillian might be pregnant, and she said it's another guy's. Just thought I'd let you know. Also, she's been blank, guy 2, out in blank, and guy 3. But there are new people she's been blanking. So this is your best friend.
Ex-best friend.
So why would your friend take it upon herself to text message your boyfriend just to let him know that there are potentially 3 other guys you're sleeping with?
She did to me what I did to her. So it's out of spite. It's all out of spite. A spiteful person does that.
Oh, so you did this to her once upon a time?
Once upon a time, something similar.
So the best friends are getting back at one another. That's your testimony?
Basically, I mean.
But I'm sure, Mr. Osborne, when you get a text like that, and then the next day you find out Ms. Dayman is actually pregnant,
Yeah.
there really is no joy.
No, there was no joy. It was more thinking in my head, are you gonna be stupid and try to step up and raise another man's child, or just dip out and run?
So why didn't you? Why didn't you just run? Why didn't you just say, I can't do this?
There is a chance that she is my child, and I grew up without a dad, and I I didn't want her to grow up without a father. 50-50 chance, that's a good odd for me.
Well, if we do this math, it's more like 25%, because you would be number 4.
Yeah.
I'll say this. It's commendable what you did. Have you developed a relationship with Paisley? Were you there for the birth? Did you cut the cord? Did you sign the birth certificate?
Yes, I did cut the cord, and eventually I did sign the birth certificate.
Even with doubts?
Even with doubts, I signed it because after she was born, I pulled the nurse to the side and I asked her for a DNA test, and they told me that the hospital don't offer free DNA test anymore, that it would cost me $600.
You embarrassed me in front of the
I
records lady when she came in.
I embarrassed you.
My friends were in the room.
Did you see them messages? I embarrassed you.
I don't care. My friends were in the room and you said you did not want to sign the birth certificate.
If it comes out that she's
Why
not
did
my
you
father,
pull my leg? Why did you drive me to the hospital? Why were you there through the whole thing? Why did you stay and not leave the hospital for 2 days?
because if she is my child, I want to be there for the little things. That's what counts. But if she's not mine, I'm gone.
So there's no need to do all this and get attached to her.
You should have just not been with the other guys.
Well, yeah, that could have worked as well.
Yes,
There was no other guys. The Jillian did. I did not. No, there was no other guy.
We wanted to get to the bottom of this, so your best friend is here. Jerome, please escort Miss Taylor into the courtroom.
I'm gonna have you stay to the left. We'll go up to the witness stand right next to the judge. Watch your step.
Thank you for joining us, Miss Taylor. You were best friends with Miss Dayman, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you were best friends. We also had offered into evidence from Mr. Osborne a text message where you seemed to let him know that your best friend was sleeping with 3 other guys and Paisley may not be his biological child.
Correct.
Is that true?
She tried to mess up my relationship and things in my personal life, so out of spite, I told her boyfriend at the time what she had been doing.
So do you have any proof that she was sleeping with other men?
Yes, she told me in Facebook messages and she told me in person.
Did you bring any of these messages?
Yes.
So these are messages between you and the plaintiff, Ms. Dayman.
Correct.
And these messages read, "Hate this stupid blank." That's referring to Mr. Osborne. "I'm about to wait till he falls asleep and go to another guy's." You write back,
Really?
"The next morning, did you go?" She responds, "Yes, girl, I've been up all night. He's still sleeping." You also submitted another exchange between you and the plaintiff that says, "If Elliot asks, I'm with you right now." That's what Ms. Dayman said. And then you write back laughing, "Okay."
Yeah.
I mean, everybody in this gallery has either cheated or been cheated on. And this is classic cheating behavior.
Yeah, no, I had
If somebody asks you, I'm with you.
I had a lot going on at this time, so that message specifically was not about me being with any other man. The other ones are a different story, but that one, no.
Okay, so let's go to the other story. The different story was, you hate his stupid blank. And you about to wait until he falls asleep and go to another guy's house.
I can say anything when I'm mad. I can write anything over a Facebook
Oh, so now
message.
you're saying you're angry.
I was probably angry at him, yes.
So
I know
that's
that
all.
you slept with multiple people and attempted to sleep with a 4th.
How do you know this, Miss Taylor?
I was there with her with one man.
Oh,
Oh, you were?
Yes.
so you
What
were
happened?
condoning her cheating on me?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, probably because you was doing the same thing.
I was faithful to my man, but I supported her cheating on you very
Okay.
much so.
You were faithful? Okay.
I have no
You know?
recollection of this at all. Like nothing.
You cheated on him. You told me you cheated on him, and I was around you with different guys.
I don't know what different guys this was. What?
So she told you what?
That she was cheating on him.
She did?
Yes.
What did she say?
She said that every time she got a chance, she would go to one guy's house in particular, and if he didn't answer, there was another one, and then if he didn't answer, there was one that I helped her introduce her to, and then she would go to his house, and then there was another one that she attempted to sleep with, but he had a girlfriend already.
What in the world? What is going on here? You just ringing doorbells like Little Red Riding Hood or something, just ringing doorbells. What is going on? So is this true?
No, it's not.
You came out and you told me. You've popped up at my house after you went and cheated because he wouldn't let you back in the house. And we're knocking at my door and I didn't answer because I was asleep.
So, Mr. Osborne, how do you feel hearing all of this testimony? This is a lot. A lot was going on while you were asleep.
Right. I didn't know what to think when I stopped sleeping after I got that one. I pretend to sleep and wait to see, if she'd sneak out.
And did I ever? And did I ever? Was I not there when you woke up every morning? Okay, then.
Well, yeah, you was there when I woke up every morning, but I
was
can't
there
keep track if I'm sleeping.
I was there every night. You would have heard every door open. I get dressed loudly. I can't do stuff with the light off. No, don't even. Don't even.
Bro, there's other
You don't get
in
to
the house.
co-sign some stuff and then not the other. Okay?
I can actually do whatever I want.
You did.
Let me try to figure out the conception window. When was Paisley born?
January 26th.
All right. Was she a full-term baby?
No.
So she was born at?
12 days early.
So that's about 38 weeks.
Yes.
All right. Given that birth date and delivered at 38 weeks, the window of conception would be May 13th to May 19th. It was May 17th, 2017, when you sent the messages to Ms. Taylor about you going to another guy's house, which is smack dab in the middle of that window of conception. Mm-hmm. And that's the night it seems like you slept with the other guy, according to your own message.
What I wrote in a message has nothing to do with the actions that I took at all.
You were just entertaining your best friend on the phone because you knew.
Entertainment for me.
Okay, so
I told them both what they wanted to hear. That's what I did.
I don't care about who you have sex with.
Okay, but I'm just saying I told you both at this time 1 year ago. I told them both what they wanted to hear. That's how I handled everything. Just ease people.
To please people?
Yeah.
So you're a people pleaser?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's your problem.
You see, this is why I have my doubts.
Why would someone say they have so many doubts when he was there through my whole pregnancy? He was, I wouldn't say, it was all peaches and roses and we didn't fight, but he did the cutest thing when we found out it was a girl. He framed the pictures and laid them out for me.
He told you why. He said he wanted to be there just in case the baby was his. Hold on. Because what you've been doing all day is talking over everybody when they start talking, and that part makes you look guilty. You just want to convince him that he's Chicken Little and the sky is falling. Like he shouldn't have any doubt because he framed an ultrasound or he showed up to support you. He obviously cares about you. Hold on.
Himself.
Hold on. That's not the point. He already testified that he did it because he didn't want to miss out in case the child was his. We know that there is a possibility, but the problem is that there also is doubt. I can see the tears in his eyes. I can see every time he looks at the picture of the baby how much he loves her. I can see it. I can see how emotional that makes you, Mr. Osborne. And looking at her and seeing your relationship, how do you feel when you see those videos?
It'll be hard, but if she's not, I'm gone.
Well, the stakes are high here. They really are. And I think we're ready to get the results. Jerome? Thank you. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Dayman versus Osborne, when it comes to 6-month-old Paisley Osborne, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Osborne, you are the father.
Good for y'all.
I can see how much that meant to you, Mr. Osborne. That's your little girl. You relieved?
Yes. I'm happy. I love her. That's my little world right there.
Good. That's exactly the way it should be. And I'm happy that we could get clarity for Paisley and for you both in this relationship. And I will say this earnestly. I don't believe all those text messages were a lie, but I do believe you ended up on the right side of this paternity determination, and I don't want you to get yourself caught up in another one. It's not worth it. You have a man who loves you and loves your child. You have to put value on that, and that's where you need to keep your focus. Do you understand me?
Yes, Your Honor.